someone else connected with the project or a surrounding property owner or a member of the community. So I'll start with, looks like T Germany. Are you with us? If so, if you could unmute for me. There we go.
Testing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep. Okay. Could you give me your name, please?
Tim Germany, MedCut Research. We're a neighbor.
Okay. Great. Welcome. We'll go over to David Hartline.
Hi, good morning. I'm David Hertline. I'm the engineering director at AbbVie, so I'll be representing the facility, I guess the applicant for the variance.
Okay, great. Welcome. You have a T Kiefer here.
Yes, that's me, Tyler Kiefer. I'm with BSI Engineering, and we worked with AbbVie for the site plans.
Okay, great. Welcome. And we have Matt Lascheid also from the City Zoning Department. Welcome, Matt.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
And Dustin Wiltshire.
Yes, good morning, Dustin Wiltshire with AbbVie's Global Security Department.
Okay.
Just here to answer any questions that may come up.
Okay, great. Welcome. I need to read through our hearing script before we get started, and then we'll jump into it. This will just cover the rules or the procedure of the hearing. So this is the January 8th, 2025 session of the Zoning Hearing Examiner docket. Again, my name is David Sturkey. I'm the Zoning Hearing Examiner for the city. Case before us today is case number ZH20240153. That's 5000 Brotherton Road. The purpose of the hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. So anyone that's here on behalf of the applicant or AbbVie or the owner, I'll give you all an opportunity to tell me about the project, what exactly it is you're asking for, and why you think that's appropriate. One of you can speak, all of you can speak. It's completely up to you how you want to orient that presentation. I'll then move to members of the public. If Mr. Germany would like to add anything or make any statements in relation to this application, I'll give him an opportunity to do that after the applicant has presented its case. I'll then move to the zoning department and give Mr. Lascheid an opportunity to provide testimony in addition to a staff report. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to that testimony that was offered in opposition. And finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. Okay, last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing any testimony here today, make any statements, asking any questions, really doing anything other than just strictly observing, then the zoning code requires that I swear you in. So if that's you, or it may be you, I'm going to go ahead and collectively swear all of those people in right now. So if we can make sure that you're off mute and raise your right hand and answer out loud. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Who's going to be taking the lead here on the applicant's presentation?
I will.
Okay, floor is yours.
Let me share my screen. Should all see a picture of the front of our building. Sound about right?
Yep.
Great. Okay, so thank you for the opportunity to speak through our front parking lot fence request. I'm going to go through a brief overview of the AbbVie Cincinnati site and then the project. Our site, we own two sides of the dead end of Brotherton Road, 5000 Brotherton and 3941 Brotherton to the south in this aerial view. The main building, 5000, houses our warehouse here on the left, where we store a lot of our raw materials, and then packaging and some offices here to the right. We've got our receiving dock here in the middle and shipping dock here on the far right. Then across the street at 3941, we have our manufacturing operations and our QC lab. Let's see. AbbVie, we're a pharmaceutical company. We manufacture and package pharmaceutical product at the site. We've got a wide variety of capabilities. locally and then get a lot of support from above site, such as Dustin here on the call. But other than that, a fairly typical oral solid dose manufacturing and packaging operation. This variance specifically is for a front parking lot fence along Brotherton Road, similar to a fence that we requested last year around this time for Roslyn Road. The front parking lot fence, and I'll show a photo in a minute, is currently a chain link fence topped with razor wire. We are looking for approval to replace that fence with an 8-foot anti-climb security fence. So my understanding is the variance requested is to increase the height from the allowed 6 feet up to 8 feet. The reason for that request, or at least this fence style, is that it allows no handholds or footholds. It'd be very, very, very difficult to climb. It is aesthetically neutral, and I've got some examples of that. There's no barbs and spikes at the top. So not only is it a functional fence, it's also a good-looking fence. It's AbbVie's global standard. So we've got this at a variety of AbbVie sites across the world, and all fences going forward will seek this type of fence. We approached the vendor for a 6-foot version. It is not offered in 6-foot panels because then I think you could still get your hands to the top of it and hoist yourself up, kind of defeating the purpose of the anti-climb. They only sell them in 8-foot. So the existing fence we're seeking here is basically the front left corner of our property at Brotherton, where we've got our main parking lot with 30 or so parking spots. So right now you can kind of see that it is a chain link fence with the razor wire at an angle on a lot of it, working out towards the street. So that's what we'd like to replace with the anti-climb. Here is the fence we did last year on Roslyn Road. Here's the before it was fenced in. We were at that point trying to close off several perimeter doors that we had. So we were able to successfully do that with a nice anti-climb fence. You can see it's a little bit more, it blends in pretty well. Other AbbVie sites across the world have done similar projects with equal success. So before over here, you could walk up to these windows. There's probably some doors along this side of the building. You put the fence in and now it's no longer accessible. Kind of similar to what we're looking to do here. There was a shorter fence. It doesn't look that hard to get through or climb or cut on the before picture, but then after, obviously a lot more difficult to do. So that's the summary of what we are looking to do. I guess I'm happy to take any questions if anyone's got any.
Okay. I don't think I have any questions right now. Did anyone else from the applicant side want to provide any testimony?
This is Dustin, the Global
Sure,
Security. I can field any questions if they come up, but David captured our stance on this pretty accurately. So thanks.
Mr. Hartline, could you pull up an image of exactly where this fencing will be located? Is it just surrounding a certain portion of the property or the entire property?
Yes, give me a second. If you mind. It's just a portion. The front left portion, basically.
Do you have like a map?
Yes.
Map view. Okay.
This is from an early drawing, and we've revised it in the past couple of days as we figure out exactly where we're going to put the emergency egress. But it's this portion here, picking up at an existing post prior to a gate that is there now, exiting off onto this little service street. It may be called Roslyn at that point, but it's a service street really. Up and around to the front of the building, up here by our receiving dock. So to highlight it, get my image here. Basically, we'll be doing this portion.
Got it. Okay. And so it's the portion of Brotherton that sort of dead ends at the railroad tracks there.
Correct.
Or the creek. Got it. Okay, so just surrounding that parking area. All right.
Correct.
All right. Yeah, I don't have any other questions. I see looks like Mr. Kiefer's hand is up. Mr. Kiefer, did you want to add something?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, We've discussed this project with Waterworks as well, because the fence, there's actually a small portion of the fence that's just barely in the right of way that we're going to be actually scooting back onto Abby's side of the right of way for this project. So I know that'll make those guys happy for this project as well. Just wanted to add that.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you.
That'll be kind of along this blue line right here.
Yep.
Okay, got it. All right. Unless there's anything else from the applicants on this, I think we can move to public comment. Anything else?
We have no objection from Metcut. We only attended just because we're a neighbor and we work together.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your input and your participation today. Let's move over to the zoning department then. Mr. Lascheid, anything you want to add?
Not too much. Yeah, it's a dimensional variance of 2 feet to allow for a security fence. Staff is recommending approval with the understanding that it's kind of a unique site with a pharmaceutical manufacturing, and there's certainly a need for security here. And also understanding that the project was approved across the street. Staff went out and did a site visit. I have one question for the applicant. On the site plan for Rosslyn, there was a landscaping plan that was included with that was approved. Do you know when that landscaping is going to be installed?
Yes, it should be this spring. We're hoping to do it sooner. We're going to recycle, well, I'm not sharing my screen. The ballast from one of the roofs we're getting ready to replace. So we were going to use that ballast as the gravel. We tried to move away from, throughout our facility, all the mulch-based gravel. And so we've got an opportunity to recycle what we've already got with that. Then we'll plant some, a few shrubs or something along those lines. But yes, that's still in the plan.
Okay, great. And are you retaining the existing landscaping on this property that's kind of in between the fence and the tree, or the fence and the street?
Yes, we should. If you don't mind, we should probably, unless we should talk about that offline. That's going to look a little funny in a way as we move back off of the right of way or whatever you want to call it. As we scoot that back to the blue line here, there's going to be some no man's land, former parking lot that's on the city property that's not ours. I mean, we can landscape over that. Was my hope, was to kind of treat it how it is now. We've got some boxwoods and a few rose bushes. We could kind of finish that in and continue to take care of it if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, my recommendation would be, I think it kind of softens the appearance of that taller security fence with the landscaping. Minor aesthetic improvement. But that's all. Staff recommends approval.
Great, thanks. How tall, Mr. Harline, how tall is the existing fence with the barbed wire?
I think it's about 7 feet. It's a 6-foot fence and it's about a foot of barbed wire.
Got it. Okay. All right. Anything in closing or otherwise before we adjourn here today? From anyone? No? Okay. All right. I think we can leave it at that. I've had a chance to review the application materials and the staff report. Based on that and based on the testimony that I've heard here today, I agree that it would be impractical to strictly enforce the zoning code to this project. I think this will be an aesthetic improvement from the razor wire, and it's a modest height increase from approximately 7 feet to 8 feet. So I am going to approve the application. I think, as you all might remember, I need to formally approve that via written decision. That typically takes about 2 weeks. I'll do everything I can to get to you as quickly as possible. As soon as I finish it, I put it into a PDF and I'll email it to everybody in the hearing. So you'll have a copy of it really just moments after it's complete. And then Mr. Hartline, once you have that, you can, Matt can approve the zoning permitting on his end and you all can take the next steps.
Great, thank you.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks again. Let me know if you have any questions in the meantime or want a status update on the decision. You can reach out to me. Otherwise, good luck on the project and have a good day. We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.